Listeners and viewers, please put your hands together even though we can't hear you for the comedy show with a podcasting habit, Starlight Radio Dreams! Recorded live in my study in Chicago, Illinois. Tonight's serials are Public Domain Adventure Team, All the Time in the War of the Worlds, as well as the pilot episode of our brand new serial, Zootheosis! Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the show. I've missed you, or at least I've missed seeing your names on the side of the screen as you trust me to read your comments very quickly. It's Gentembuary 50th, and as we all know, it's the time of year when we all spend most of our time avoiding the people that we don't live with. I'm kidding, of course. This year has certainly been one for breaking with traditions. That's why Shirley and I are celebrating Halloween next week, and Happy Hour has become a movable hour which occurs most of the day. Traditions are comforting, though. Trust me, I'm old. Even my bodily functions are ruled by tradition. So, if I can overcome my traditional desire to shake the hands of everyone I meet on Saskatchewan Day on Monday, so can you. This has been a public service announcement. Now, I do need to address the elephant in the room. The world is very different than it was when we last spoke in May. We here at Starlight Radio Dreams care about you, all of you. And we think that you all deserve to be treated well and to be given a world where you can prosper fairly. In the interest of making sure that we can always stand behind that statement, we are going to be watching our language, checking our privileges, and using this platform that we've built to model the world that we want to see. We promise it's still going to be really funny. Like, comedy. In a less serious note, here in Chicago, and indeed much of the country, while all of us humans are busily staying indoors, the cicadas are giving it their all in what I'm told is known to the professional entomological world as the world's most annoying booty call. Earth is like that. It has a rhythm and cycles, and one of them is featured here in the return of a hero who may seem familiar to all of you, Captain World!
After 500 years, I, Mother Earth, have awakened to find the planet in desperate need of aid. To humanity, I sent the 5 rings of the elements, whose powers may combine to summon my greatest champion, Captain World. This is Captain World and the Worldineers. Episode 5. Sludgeco slips up.
Thanks for that rainstorm, Janice. I thought the whole forest might burn down.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
I had to think fast, Kate. Sorry about your new dress.
Next time, I'll put out the flames with my ring of fire.
Careful, Joey. We can't risk harming any living thing with our powers.
I know.
Look out, behind the trees.
What's that?
Ah, foolish Worldineers. With my giant sludge titan, I'll grind you all into dust.
Don't worry. I'll rust that titan's joints with another monsoon.
No more water.
Oh, right. I think it might be time to call in the big guns.
I agree. Worldineers, unite!
Earth!
Fire!
Wind!
Water!
Chicago-style deep dish pizza.
With your powers combined, I am Captain World!
No, not Captain World!
Great to see you, Worldineers. Now, what say we shake things up a bit?
Whoa! This earthquake must be a 3.5 on the Richter scale.
3.5? But I've never done more than a 2.2.
It's not a competition, Burton.
Yeah, I know, but... yeah.
My gyroscopes are too powerful for you, Captain.
She's still standing.
I can see that, Joey.
I was just trying to help.
You can help best by watching and learning, son.
Okay.
Looks like I'm gonna have to go full Avatar state.
Wow, he's surrounded by rocks, flames, winds, waters, and pepperoni.
He's unstoppable.
Fire!
Your lasers can't break through my rocks, Dr. Plague.
But you can't knock me down either!
We'll see about that. Mach 5 wins!
Whoa!
Grab on to something!
Take my hand!
Give us a little warning, Captain World.
3.9 earthquake!
3.9?
It's not a competition, Burton. Although if it were, I would win.
Captain, that apartment building's collapsing!
Don't worry, little Joey. That's just some slumlord's tenement full of drug addicts and gang members.
What the fuck?
I'm still standing, Captain.
Damn! And it'll take hours to rust your joints with Janice's pathetic water power.
Jesus.
How was that called for, Captain World?
You leave me no choice. Triple layer cheese! Mission accomplished.
I kind of feel like Scott could have done that himself.
You're welcome, World-N-Ears. And just remember, every time you fail, you can call out for Captain World!
All right, gang. Time to take Dr. Plague into custody.
She's dead.
Oh.
So, here's a wacky idea. How do you all feel about maybe not summoning Captain World again? Ever?
I mean, I don't hate it.
All in favor?
Aye!
Great teamwork, gang.
Mother Earth is so proud of you, World-N-Ears. You have learned the most valuable lesson of all. Saving the planet depends on teamwork, not giving all your power to some dick.
Hooray! I'm gonna contact emergency services to help with that apartment building.
Hooray!
Next time on The World-N-Ears.
Well, I don't know about all of you, but that reminded me quite a bit of some of the shows that Devon used to watch when she was a child. One in particular, but definitely some others at the same time. Now, I have a bit of an admission for all of you. I've gotten into a very strange hobby lately. Maybe some of you can relate. I've been really sorting my recycling. Has anyone else gotten very excited about recycling lately? Maybe it's because everything else is on fire, but it feels like I'm making slightly more of an impact if I break down the bean cans from Archimedes' cat food cans from the cans that the condensed milk comes in. Am I maybe overdoing it? Tell me in the chat. Regardless, recycling is important, and in the 21st century, it's become normal. Thank goodness, because my, did we take a long time to get used to the idea of breaking apart things into two different trash cans. So, if you're like me and recycling feels incredibly normal, then this next piece will probably continue with that feeling. This is Everyone is Normal.
And now we return with the thrilling, dramatic conclusion of this week's brand new episode of Everyone is Normal, except one of them is a weird old prospector guy.
I cannot wait for my tax refund.
Got plans for the extra cash?
Yeah, I've been thinking about adopting a dog.
Are you sure about that?
I can take care of a dog. I grew up in a house full of them.
It's not that. I think we're both concerned with your current financial situation.
Raising a dog is more expensive than you would think.
You're only working 2 days a week, and are always borrowing money from your parents.
I already budgeted it out, and if I save up my return money, I would have enough to get a rescue dog and care for it for about a year.
What happens if the dog needs to see a vet? Or you have an emergency and need to dip into your dog funds?
I can always pick up more hours. Why are you so opposed to me getting a pet?
We've just seen how you are with your spending.
I know I've had problems budgeting in the past, but I really think I can get a handle on it this year.
Maybe you could just start with something smaller, like a rat.
Rats are very smart.
I don't want a rat, I want a dog. I always get a little anxious when I'm alone in the apartment, and it will feel nice to feel like there's someone else there.
That's fair.
If you really think you can handle it, you're an adult and you can make your own choices.
What do you think, Jeremiah?
There's gold in them there hills. Sweet, sweet gold, I tells ya. Yee-haw!
He makes a good point.
I never even considered that.
At least someone is on my side.
Now grab a pen and follow me to the creek.
Thank you, Jeremiah.
Will Allie go through with getting a dog? Will Steve ever tell Emily the truth about her birth parents? Will Jeremiah get that gold he's been a pining for since his boyhood days and finally make it out west to find his fortune? Find out next time on Everyone is Normal, except one of them is a weird old prospector guy.
I enjoy that the consensus from Captain World coming in over the time there is that Captain World is the worst. We are all in agreement there. Good work. I'll drink to that. And most other things. Now, I am sure that you have all been completely consumed with... Oh. We're doing a thing. This is what's happening. There's going to be a brief pause here while this happens. All right. Now, I'm sure you've all been completely consumed with worry over everyone's favorite royalty-free super team, and if I'm honest, so am I. So it is with particular enthusiasm that I would like to let you know that we have a new episode of Public Domain Adventure Team. This one's going to be coming to you absolutely live, which is very exciting. So buckle in. It's going to be quite the experience. And in just a moment, we'll have the whole cast ready for you. So hold on to your butts, as they say in the vernacular. All right. Here's the cast. We'll just be switching over in just a moment for Public Domain Adventure Team. Brief pause. Here we are. Nope. All right. That's right, friends. It's time for another sensational tale from the exciting world of expired intellectual property rights. Come join us for an exciting journey with Jane Eyre, Beowulf, Mr. Toad, and the Ghost of Christmas Past as they set out for another madcap excursion.
I say, Jane, this may be the least civilized place you've ever brought us. I thought we were going to the future.
As did I, Mr. Toad. Do keep in mind we are traveling by fictional means, so there is a great deal to be desired as regards to precision.
Perhaps we is in the forest of a future of a forest. These trees have seen many seasons.
You've struck it, Beowulf, old boy. Ghost! A ghost of Christmas past?
No, I don't want to come out anymore.
Come now, Ghost. You can't hide for the rest of eternity. We're in a new adventure now. You can forget all that business from before. Besides, I've got an experiment for you.
Oh, that does sound fun.
Doesn't it just? Now, be a chum and fly into that tree over there. Tell us how many Christmases it's squandered on being a tree that doesn't go to parties.
That is a waste of time. Trees haven't got spirits and regrets, have they, Ghost?
What?
Have they? Oh dear.
Libraries and fireplaces get pretty crowded.
Off you pop then, Ghost. I'd wager that tree's seen its fair share of risque rendezvous into the bargain. There's an extra shilling in it for you if you can tell me about them.
Here I go.
What a very disturbing... Oh, now where's Beowulf?
He was just here.
I took my eyes off him for just a moment and he's wandered off. Bugger. Ghost of Christmas Past, if you can hear me, stay there. We're going to look for Master Beowulf.
I suppose our incorporeal compatriot is unlikely to get hurt if left alone.
Unlike a certain enthusiastic Norseman. Beowulf!
Beowulf, I say! I say, Jane! Have you seen this?
Not now, Toad.
But Jane, I'd swear it's paving stones.
That's very nice, Mr. Toad. Beowulf!
And between those trees... That is a building! We're saved!
Fascinating, truly fascinating. Master Beowulf, we've got a monster that needs its arms ripped off.
Do you suppose he wandered into those buildings?
Oh my! Is this a nightmare? Is he lost in a forest and the city?
Being a governess does things to a person, I see.
Indeed. Let us make our way into these buildings. Perhaps there someone has seen him.
Beowulf does tend to stand out. Actual word gasp! Jane, do you see what I see?
That no one has been tending to these buildings.
It's a motor car, Jane!
Mr. Toad, what have we said about wandering away?
Oh, never mind that, Jane. Some reprobate has stolen the tires from this poor motor car.
I am unconvinced that this is a motor car, Mr. Toad.
It is an unconventional design, to be sure.
You get off that seat.
It looks as though the whole thing is run by levers.
It has got a lot of clocks and dials, hasn't it?
It does seem as though the main lever is missing from just here.
This is reminding me of something.
Is it to do with our mission? You have been very quiet on that front ever since we arrived. While I am pleased for the respite, it does leave me wondering if another shoe is above my head, poised to drop at the slightest provocation.
You're not helping, Mr. Toad.
Very well, keep your secrets. You are dreadfully distracted. Say, have you a hairpin about you?
A hairpin? Are you suggesting I take my hair down? How very dare you?
Oh, no. I'm sure you've got a spare or something.
All right, here you go.
Cheers.
This mission will be the death of us. I've no idea the name of the person we're looking for, or what might be amiss with them, or how we've managed to lose Mr. Beowulf.
And we left our ghost friend in the woods.
And we left the ghost alone. I should be writing a strongly worded letter. You can be sure of that.
In better news, I believe I've got this poor jalopy ready for a second life, and there is nothing to improve the mood like a running engine. If we can find the wheels, we could go for a drive to find Master Beowulf.
I do not see how this machine could possibly be a vehicle.
Is that so? We shall see.
Oh!
Moliere's frilly sleeves! What was that all about?
What's happened to the buildings?
Well, they're back. That seems like a positive.
But how?
Those people are certainly in a hurry.
Excuse me?
Run! Run for your life! Haven't you heard the news?
What say you pretend we have not?
Not to worry, you shan't upset us. We are professionals, and we've heard everything.
Martians are laying waste to the city!
I will admit, that is a bit beyond my expectations.
Say, Jane, let's fire this thing back up and get out of here.
We've no idea where this is. We could be halfway across the world.
Well, that smoking ruin over there bears a striking resemblance to the Houses of Parliament.
What's wrong with you two?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Please go back to your fleeing. You've been an enormous help.
Good evening.
Your servant.
Mr. Toad, are you quite familiar with a quite famous radio broadcast when it panicked its listeners into thinking Martians were attacking?
I feel as though people are generally more skeptical than that.
As do I. So, we must assume that there are actual Martians currently.
Baudelaire's nipples! Get us out of here!
Start the machine! Start the machine!
Why must it always be me who saves the day?
When has it ever been you who saves the day? Oh.
Oh dear.
There is a giant metal tripod walking towards us, Mr. Toad. Now would be a very good time to save the day.
Of course. I say, Jane, have you another hairpin about you? I seem to have misplaced the last.
Oh, you have
Run!
another!
Run! They're coming!
I suppose he's right. Come along, Toad, before we're all killed.
I thought you'd never ask. Let's follow that man.
I say, you up there?
Oh, you followed me?
Yes, do you mind?
Of course.
Look out!
Quick, behind here!
That was awfully close.
We prey animals are quite good at running away, you'll find. It's all a matter of where you keep your eyes.
So, those are Martians, eh?
Almost certainly. That's what the papers say, at any rate.
What else do the papers say?
Apparently, they're in vast, spider-like machines, nearly 100 feet high, capable of the speed of an express train, and able to shoot a beam of intense heat.
The report is quite accurate. What are we to do about it?
Flee! I've collected all my money I have in the world, some 10 pounds, and I'm headed to Bristol.
That's charming, but we are heroes, you see. Usually when we come to a place, we are here to set things right. So we'll just put things back in order and be back with our friends in a jiff. Isn't that right, Jane?
Of course. Good day, I am Jane Eyre. This is my compatriot, Mr. Toad.
Of Toad Hall. Kipling's fuckable tiger doll! That's getting very close.
And you are?
Orson.
Very well, Orson. As we are without our usual monster killer, I will hereby deputize you as an honorary member of the team. Kindly pick up Master Toad to your shoulder.
Of course.
Cheers.
What happens now?
Now we run again, quite fast, if you please.
This way!
Turn right! Turn right again!
Duck behind that wall!
On
it! This is quite the sticky wicket, eh? Not to worry, though, Orson, my boy. Jane and I have never failed on a mission yet, so far as I can tell. Why, we've fought monsters. We've been eaten by a whale. We once knocked down an entire house.
Toad, this isn't our mission. We're meant to be helping a time traveler in a utopia somewhere. Whatever is happening here is meant to be happening. We need to get back to that machine and go back to where we were.
Ah. I see.
So, you're not here to save me?
Apologies for getting your hopes up, old chap.
You see, we've got friends in danger back where we came from. We must go save them.
Am I meant to die here, then? Was the telegram I sent my brother the last he will ever hear of me?
I do apologize, but I believe our melodrama is more than sufficient without adding yours on.
I mean, very well then. If you decide to get back in your machine, the good news is we've managed to run in a big old circle. This is Waterloo Street. Your machine will be just around the corner there.
I do wish we could take you with us. You've proven to have a good heart, Orson. We're forbidden to bring civilians on our missions, as the laws of fiction will bring terrible pain down upon them.
I say, Jane, if this isn't a mission, the usual rules wouldn't apply. Perhaps we can take Master Orson with us.
I suppose you may be right. What do you say, Orson? Would you like to come with us to a mysterious forest to meet a time traveler?
I've never received a better offer in my life. Let's get moving.
Perfect. Right where we left it.
I haven't got a spare hairpin.
Hairpin?
To turn the main gear, just there.
I've got just the thing. A tuppence.
Ooh.
I'd quite forgotten they made coins in such small denominations. Very well, sir.
And give it a turn. Now what?
Well, before I just spun those numbers there and pulled this lever here.
Do you suppose these numbers are coordinates?
That does make a bit of sense.
I'll just put them back the way they were. 802-701.
Dear me, that's a long way from 1818.
Good year.
What?
1818 was a good year.
1818 is this year.
That's it! Time travel. The man we're saving was a time traveler. This machine must be how he travels.
How could that detail have slipped past you?
Just turn the numbers, Mr. Toad.
1919.
2020.
Oh, why do you suppose the dial went red on that number?
Perhaps it's on fire. Speaking of, my webs are burning. These knobs are exhausting.
May I? And 802701.
Should we help some more of these people?
I suspect this is beyond our scope.
Very good, just checking. What about finding Master Beowulf before he inadvertently kills a time traveler?
You'll be saving 2 people at once then. I'm so happy to be safe with good company again.
We shall see. Pull the lever.
Our friends have returned.
Master
Beowulf and Ghost! And you've made a friend!
This is more Locke.
Oh, why are you both covered in slime?
He says behind you.
What? I saves you, Lady Jane. Another evil man has come into this magic chair.
Oh, no, Beowulf, no!
I say, what? Put me down!
Just close your eyes, Jane.
Oh!
Shakespeare's knob!
Beowulf. What? Why? You just...
tore that poor man in half.
You has no idea what these eyes have seen.
It was pretty messed up. Let's get out of here.
And the time traveler we were supposed to have saved?
Screw that guy. He can have his time machine. Let's just go.
I will sing you the epic tale as we travels.
Bye, Morlock. I hope your next Christmas is less of a shit show.
What a strange adventure indeed. What happened to Beowulf and Ghost while Jane and Toad were gone? Will it justify that violent ending? Only the legal department knows for sure. Adventure ho! What a superlative show. I hope everyone had a great time with that. I know I certainly did, even though I was in no way involved. All that being said, it's time for our next little piece, and I think you're all I think you should be very excited to see it. And it begs the question, what's the weirdest thing that you've ever confessed at a bar? I once told a bartender, and this is a true story, I once told a bartender the entire plot of The Wind in the Willows. The entire plot of The Wind in the Willows. And why? Was it because of the great success of Public Domain Adventure Team? No, this was in 1982. Regardless, I'm sure some of you have also had strange experiences in bars, and so this should be very familiar to you. Please enjoy Barstool Confessional.
Hey there, my name is Sal the Bartender, and welcome to Barstool Confessions, the only podcast that features real conversations with real bargoers about real life. And also, they don't know I'm recording them. Tune in each week to hear new stories of grief, joy, and other possible emotions. Here's a clip. So, what brings you into my bar today, friend?
Just grabbing a drink after work.
Rough day on the grind?
No, not really.
Overworked? Underappreciated?
Nope, everything's going pretty well. I can't complain.
I'm sure you could if you tried. Come on, you gotta give me something. I bet your boss is an asshole, right?
Why are you... Is that a tape recorder?
No. Each week I try to initiate a true, honest, incredibly leading conversation with some of the folks that sit down at my bar, and maybe one day they'll actually talk to me. Anyway, here's another clip. I know that look. Marital troubles, am I right?
No. I'm not married.
Broken heart, here to drink the blues away? I can relate.
I'm actually meeting a friend here.
Oh, this is a date then?
No, just catching up.
Trying to, rekindle a burned bridge?
So, burn the bridge more.
This guy.
Hey, Joe.
Oh, hey, Alex.
Another person has sat down next to the other person. Could it be the prodigal friend returns for the first time?
What's the deal with the bartender?
I don't know. I think he's, recording me.
No, I'm not. Life-changing stories for real people, by real people, and for real people. Did you say you want another clip? I would not know. I cannot hear you through your device. Yet. Hey there, pal.
How's it going today?
Not too shabby.
You sure? You seem a little down.
I think I'm okay.
Must be rough being a bartender.
It's got its moments.
I can only imagine. Want to talk about it?
Not really.
Come on. I'm sure there's something you could complain about.
Well, actually, if we're being honest, Hey, wait a minute, I know what you're doing.
And that was just another clip from my podcast, Banterin' with Bartenders.
Get the hell out of here. And that was just another clip from my podcast, Barstool Confessions. So, join me every week to hear new tales of people who really don't want to talk to me. Also, if you enjoy the show, consider supporting me on GoFundMe, as I am currently wrapped up in a lawsuit. Speaking of which, I should probably pay attention. Hold on, the judge is going to say something.
In regards to the case of Sal Mahoney, I sentence you to 12 months in the Pennsylvania Penitentiary, as well as a $500 fine for the illegal recording and distribution of audio recorded in your bar and released online without the knowledge of the people involved.
Well, friends, this is the final episode of Barstool Confessions. Please stay subscribed to hear my new podcast, Confessions, where I'll be going deep undercover to record the true secrets of the people detained at the Pen. Thanks for tuning in, and as I always say, please speak up. The microphone on this illegal tape recorder is very weak.
And someone please take away his tape recorder.
Shouldn't have said that last part out loud. Alrighty, see you next year.
Get him out of here.
Who hasn't been there? Most of us have not been there. All that being said, friends, we've come to intermission, and I hope that you have enjoyed this first half. We've put a lot of effort into this show this month, and we are thrilled to be back at it for another season. As we head into the intermission, we want to thank all of you for being our Patreons, our supporters, our backers, and for being people out in the world who are, still being nice to one another. It's special and important, and I'm glad you're doing it. If you're one of our essential workers, a special thanks to you. You make the world go round, and you're more important now than you've ever been before, and hopefully soon everyone will recognize that. Now, we got serious there for a second again, so... Now, enjoy your intermission. Go. Turn the microphone back on. That helps a lot. I hope you enjoyed that intermission. I know I certainly did. I've really enjoyed staying right here for contractual reasons and to finish my whiskey. For those of you who did get up, I hope you saw whatever pets you have floating around in the room with you. I saw that some of you, your pets, really enjoyed that intermission music, and I know Archimedes here in the room with me did as well. Now, my cat, Archimedes, is named after a famous person. For those of you who don't know who Archimedes is, you know how Google works. You'll figure it out. But I have a question, which is, what famous people are any of your pets named after? I'm excited to see what fanciful names you've got for your pets. in the chat during this next piece, which is, I think you'll really enjoy it. This next piece is Locked Down. I think you'll get why I asked about pets pretty quickly.
Welcome back to Lockdown, the reality show podcast and social experiment that's legally distinct from Big Brother. 4 contestants, 5 animals, 2 bedrooms, and 69 microphones.
Nice.
They can't leave until New Year's Eve 2021.
What do you know about making bread?
Will their friendship last?
This is why I don't want to loan you my Switch.
Will they crack under the pressure?
She was such a pretty ficus. And now she's dead.
Find out on Locked Down.
So, it's early afternoon and we're all still sitting in the living room with the dogs because that's where the AC is. Mr. Whiskers came in from the kitchen and my dog, Riley, got a little aggressive. I didn't want to have another fight about the pets, so I tried to diffuse the tension. Mr. Whiskers, it takes a lot of kibbles to walk in here after what you've done.
Now, Riley, I think we all know that this here space is open for us cats as well. Ain't that right, Rufus?
You just leave me out of this. I ain't looking for no trouble. Just a quiet place to rest my head a spell.
Ain't you see what he's a-doing? Walking into my saloon like it ain't no thing but the walking.
And it ain't Riley. We all get to walk in here as we please, even Mr. Whiskers.
Walk?
Hold on, I've seen this one.
Walk?
This is the same storyline we did with the pets 2 weeks ago.
Do you want us to do something different?
Nah, let it play out. I like this one.
Now, of course, we all know the animals can't talk. It's just fun to do silly voices. You know, like they're people.
I think we all know what it is Riley might be a tad nitbit tiddling nervous about my being here.
Maybe we should take a walk before you get yourself in trouble. Again.
You know what you did, Mr. Whiskers.
Was it being the floofiest that ever there was?
You done paw-boxed the tongue right out of my mouth, Mr. Whiskers.
You had it a-comin'.
How much longer will they last before they crack? How long will we wait before telling them that what they're doing has become the world's most accidentally relatable reality show podcast? Subscribe now for Locked Down.
Then Pebbles rolled in, stone-faced and cool as granite in the shade. What would he say then?
No.
You know we don't want to do voices for your pet rock.
Some of you have fabulous pet names. I highly approve. Oscar for Oscar Wilde and Oscar the Grouch, well done. I enjoy that you managed to get both of those in there. And I'm sure Oscar is thrilled that we're talking about him. As we all know, it is far better to be talked about than not to be talked about. And let's see, we also had Alan for Alan Turing for the RoboVac. That's absolutely genius. And I think we had another one. Oh, yes, someone said that if they had a dog, they'd name it Diogenes, which I'm assuming they're going with the pronunciation Diogenes, which is just beautiful. I've never been sure which is correct, and for the sake of that joke, I'm going to say Diogenes from now on. So that was fabulous. Thank you all for your responses on that bit. I really enjoyed that more than I usually pretend to. So all that being said, I do have another question for you, and I think I'm going to enjoy this one as well. This one is a question for those of us who have been perhaps on a strange sleep schedule lately, which is, do you watch infomercials? Or still watch infomercials? I'm sure some of us watched them in the past and don't now. But, man, infomercials. That's a thing they're still doing. It must work for someone. Anyway, this came from a infomercial company, and I'm told that it is still very funny. So hopefully, we'll all enjoy it.
Organization. What a hassle.
Ugh. Heck. Jeez. Gosh.
What's wrong there, Bob?
Aw, golly, disembodied voice. I'm in a real bind. I've got all these human rights here, and I don't know what to do with them. They're scattered all over my bedroom floor.
Looks like a real mess.
It is a real mess, disembodied voice. I can't tell my right to assemble from my right to due process under the law. What am I gonna do?
Well, Bob, what if I told you there was a simple, one-stop, set-it-and-forget-it method to removing all this clutter and cacophony?
What? No way.
Way, Bob. Very much way. Say hello to Fashit from Capital Co.
Wow.
Very much wow. This sleek, black and white model is pleasing to the eye, an absolute murder on those cluttered, poorly organized human rights.
Okay, disembodied voice. Sure, Fashit looks impressive with its sleek black and white design, but how does it work?
Simple. Just push the big white button and stand back.
The big white button?
That's right. The big white button.
Gosh, it's moving a bit slow.
Oh, don't you worry, Bob. It might start slow, but once it gets going, you won't believe how fast it works.
Wow, no kidding.
Just watch as Fashit takes control of all your scattered, disorganized human rights. Right to bear arms, right to refuse quartering, even pesky, deep-seated habeas corpus. That sleek, black and white model sucks them all up and interprets them properly, so you don't have to.
Wow, the right to speak freely? I never thought Fashit could handle something that big.
Just watch, Bob. Fashit can interpret anything, so you don't have to. Just go back to watching TV and neglecting your family.
Hold on a second. Where'd the 13th Amendment go?
It's been interpreted, Bob.
Yeah, but where is it?
Just watch, Bob.
Okay.
Just look at that sleek black and white design.
I mean, I guess I personally don't need...
Don't you care about America, Bob?
What?
Set it and forget it.
Okay. Cool. I guess I'll go play video games.
Sorry, Bob, you'll have to move out. We have to build a parking lot where you're playing.
What? In my home? Where am I supposed to live?
Better find something soon, Bob. The neighbors have just interpreted your local vagrancy laws, and officers are on their way to interpret you right now.
How do I turn it off?
There is no turning it off. It's fueled by the blood of the innocent. So convenient.
No, it isn't.
Say so convenient, Bob.
I don't wanna.
They're coming, Bob. They're coming right now. Say so convenient.
So convenient.
Great! Now turn to the microphone and say Fashit and forget it.
I don't wanna.
Come now, Bob. You don't want to be interpreted, do you?
Fashit.
Gotta finish the line, Bob.
And forget it.
That's right, Bob. It's Fashit from Capital Co. Coming to your home right now.
Alan, your robot vacuum cleaner is sounding like more and more of a good idea with every passing moment. Significantly better than that strange invention. We also had a late come-in with Luna Lovegood for a cat, another good name. I'm told by the people in the control room that is a Harry Potter character, so good on you. I'm sure that's everyone's favorite Harry Potter thing. Witch. There we go. Thank you. All that being said, everyone, our next piece is very exciting. This is the world premiere of a brand new show. Now, we have given you a little taste of this before. If you caught the Capricorn recording, that was a Patreon backer exclusive a little while ago. But now, here it is in its full glory, and I do mean full glory. There's a lot of glory to go around on this one. I hope you're as excited as our graphics department was. Let us now look out our window of dreams to the stars above. Wait, those are new stars. They are indeed. This galaxy is full of animal heroes locked in a vast interstellar war. We love our science fiction here, and this time we went all out. Someone in our graphics department really loves spaceships, and I think you will too after this premiere episode of Zootheosis.
In the distant reaches of the Ophiuchus system, in a galaxy not so different from our own, the great interstellar war between the Arachnians and the Vertebradians was entering its 10th year. At the very edge of the known universe, that intrepid crew of starship fighter pilots known as Lion Star are engaged in deadly combat with that most dreaded of Arachnian commanders, Admiral Scorpazy.
Fighter jets, regroup! Here comes the third wave! Y formation!
A third wave? If any more waves come at us, I'm gonna drown. And I'm a fish.
Classic angler, always with the fish jokes.
Classic.
Cut the braying, Lambda. You're embarrassing the horned animals.
If you goats want to repress yourselves, that's your business. I'm a proud, independent sheep, and I don't need your approval.
Fight, 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 fight.
Gang, we've got the third wave coming in, like, now?
Captain Sierra Leone, decorated commander of the Lion Star fighter pilots, was once again struggling to rein in her charmingly rambunctious crew.
Hold on, gang. I've got an incoming transmission. Receiving. Admiral Scorpazy, you venomous villain. Finally crawling out of your exoskeleton to face us ship to ship? Or will you be hiding in your star carrier like always?
Captain Leon, how can you disrespect me in this manner? In front of my 8 waves of starfighter ships.
Did he say 8 waves?
That's too many waves. And I'm a fish.
I think you're bluffing, Scorpazy.
Captain Leon, why this attitude, I ask you? Perhaps if I release my 4th and the 5th wave of starfighters simultaneously, this will convince you of the sincerity of my proclamation.
Do you really expect us to surrender to such a vain threat?
No, Captain Leon. I expect you to die. Okay, bye.
Whoa!
That is a lot of ships, and I'm a... Oh, wait, I didn't set it up that time.
I got one!
Shut up and focus!
I don't respond well to criticism!
Nobody cares, Lambda. Nobody cares. I've shot down like 50 ships by now. You don't hear me bragging about, oh shit, I'm hit!
Bah! I'm hit too!
I knew it! I knew you did it! Bah! I'm hit!
This wouldn't happen if you three would stop charmingly razzing each other and focus on...
Captain, are you hit too?
Little bit. My fuel tank is leaking.
Mine too!
And just like that, our hopes and fears, like dust scattered in the endless, glittering expanse of space. Which is the mote, and which the jewel? Or are they worth the same? Ah! I'm hit again!
There's a planet nearby. Let's try and touch down there.
Wait, we're in the middle of nowhere. It could be undeveloped.
If they've developed ground, I say we land.
Interfering with an undeveloped planet is strictly prohibited.
This is exactly the sort of moral quandary we won't be able to discuss if we die in space. I'm landing.
Copy the F out of that.
You win this round, Scorpazy, but we'll be back. We'll never give up.
You know he can't hear you right now, right?
Yes! God, I was just... Never mind, just land.
And so it came to pass that the Lion Star fighter crew managed to safely land their damaged ships in an open field on a strange new world.
Y'all, I'm an angler fish, and not a flying fish, but, all things considered, I think that was a pretty good landing.
What happened to your ship's other wing?
I don't know. It's up there somewhere.
How's it look, Cornelius?
Between the 4 ships, there's enough materials to make one functional.
That'll be a tight fit.
We'll be closer than ever.
Yay.
Rude.
But they've all suffered major fuel loss.
Drag.
We can wait for a search crew to pick us up, but who knows how long that might take.
Also drag.
Okay, well, the distress beacons are working, right? So all we have to do is survive.
That might not be so easy.
What are you talking about? There's a forest over there for chopping lumber. There's a stream over there for catching and eating non-sentient and therefore morally unchallenging fish. This place has everything we need.
I don't know, gang. My brother's wife's sister's dog sitter's aunt's accountant's mother got stranded on a backwater planet. Supposedly, she had to eat her own leg.
Okay.
It's true.
Okay.
Huh.
My laser sword still works. That should make fishing super easy.
Mine too. Can I go fishing too?
Put those away. No advanced technology. Angler, you forge the stream for food without using your laser sword. Lambda, you cut us some firewood. Also without using your laser sword.
Aww.
And Cornelius, you and I will search for signs of intelligent life. Also without using laser swords.
Found one!
Food?
Sign of intelligent life.
Where?
Over there. Intelligent life is walking toward us right now.
That's a lot of
They appear to be hominids.
How do they find us so fast?
I think the 4 fiery starships plummeting to the ground might have had something to do with it.
Maybe.
Alright, gang. Change of plans. Our number 1 priority is to minimize our interference with the planet's development. Let me do the talking.
Okay. But hear me out. What if, instead of talking, we whip out our laser swords and kick their asses?
No! Any exposure to advanced technology could do irreparable damage to their culture. And unprovoked violence is wrong.
What-o?
What do you call us?
Knock it off.
Look at him, me lord. There's some kind of half-man monsters from the stars, they is.
You must forgive the peasantry of this small hamlet, ignorant and bumpkiny as they are. I am the lord of this humble burg, and you, holy shit, you are half-man monster.
Rude.
What, a lion, a goat, a sheep?
Oh my.
And you, what are you, some sort of reverse mermaid?
And you are some sort of reverse dick?
Shush!
I'm sorry, I beg your pardon?
Oh, sorry. My universal translator must be bugging out.
Ixnay on the universal translator tray.
What?
She said, nix the universal translator.
Turn off the universal translator?
Stop saying universal translator!
Stop saying universal translator?
Shush!
You speak a strange tongue, reverse mermaid.
Yep, sure do. Reverse mermaid tongue. It's a thing.
Setting aside linguistics, we've come to beg your hospitality.
No. Forgive me. You don't seem to understand how things work here. I am the Lord. It is my prerogative to make demands of you.
Best not sass him, my lord. They's from the sky, they is. God may smite ye for your arrogance. He might, if he should deny ye hospitality, he should.
Right. I speak a strange tongue. Sure.
Oh, Quigley, you poor, innocent, rusticated, corn-fed fool. These are not devils nor angels. These are but men.
Rude.
Wearing the guises of beasts in order to fright us into... what was it you wanted?
Fuel.
Fuel. Like lumber?
Oil.
Olive oil?
Like dead dinosaurs?
How ridiculous is it that we've mastered faster than light travel and we're still dependent on fossil fuels?
Yeah, you should write your senator about that. You know, someday.
What is a dinosaur?
A dead giant lizard.
Oh, they's dragon slayers, my lord. Seeking out dragons to slay, they is. My lord.
Dragons? Whoa. Are dragons real here?
Oh, Quigley, you ignorant fuck! Dragons aren't real!
Oh, thank God!
What about them giant bones they unearthed in the salt mines, my lord?
Giant bones? If they have fossils here, then it is entirely likely they have fossil fuels as well.
Excellent! My lord, can you take us to these salt mines?
Oh, we'll take you to the salt mines, all right.
Oh, he's threatening to force you to work in the salt mines under the deceptive guise of acquiescing to your request, he is.
Yeah, I figured that out.
Well, I didn't. I vote we do laser swords.
No laser swords.
Seize them.
No, I'm allergic to salt. Back off.
Put that away.
Gasp. He's got the fiery sword of the angels, my lord.
God on high. Forgive us.
They're kneeling to me? Yeah. That feels right.
Lambda, put that thing away right now.
All right, you're gonna take us to these salt mines, but here's the twist. You do the digging. We're hunting dinosaur juice. Sorry, dragon's blood. Ooh.
This is directly countermanded by the Vertebradian interstellar directives.
I'm pretty sure the Vertebradian intercessor doesn't say anything about letting ourselves be captured and put to work in literal salt mines. I hate salt. It's coarse and irritating. It gets in everything, and it's a poor substitute for properly prepared cuisine.
When he's right, he's right.
Lambda, I am your commanding officer.
Well, I'm God, and last time I checked, God outranks commanding officer.
Let them go, Lambda.
Oh, Captain, I always knew it would end this way.
You... seriously?
Yeah!
I can't look.
No, you gotta look, bro. This is amazing. They're doing backflips and shit. They're swirling around. The captain just chambered and thrusted. Who the hell chambers and thrusts with the laser sword? That's ridiculous. But it looks awesome as balls. This is incredible. I would be so disappointed if I had to just let someone describe this to me instead of seeing it for myself. Oh, you're missing out, man.
Okay, I'll look. Lambda! You've been stabbed.
You don't have to tell me, Cornelius. I was there.
I'm sorry, old friend.
You've got a funny way of showing it. I curse you with my last.
Good night, sweet sheep. May flights of shepherds sing thee to thy rest.
You saved us. All hail the Lion God!
All hail the Lion God!
Lion God!
Wait, that's not what I...
All hail the Lion God! All hail the Lion God!
Uh-oh.
Looks like Captain Sierra Leone has got herself into a dilly of a space pickle. What's next in store for our intrepid heroes? Tune in next time for the newest adventures of the Lion Star Fighting Crew. Except Lambda, who's dead.
Oh, that was possibly too much fun. It's true, and the post-production costs have been astronomical, mostly on people's sanity and free time and will to live. But that's what we do it for, right? The fun, the lols, as the kids say. It begs the question, what would be your favorite alien species? Would it be cat people, or lion people, or goat people, or sheep people? Apparently the The cloven-hooved species took to the stars much more easily than everyone else. That being said, oh goodness, looks like something just... Oh, I see. That was... Okay. Not to worry, the computer was just lying to me for no damn reason. Computers. I am still interested in what your favorite alien would be. I am also interested in what you would do if you won a reality TV show. It comes up a lot in our show, possibly because reality television is so much fun to make fun of. It's enjoyable. Plus, no one feels bad about it because even the people who are on a reality television show are fake when they're doing it. So, no one has to get hurt feelings. So, on one hand, tell us what your favorite alien species is, and on the other hand, tell us which reality television show you would like to win, whether it's real or not, as you enjoy our last piece, The Bachelor.
Coming soon to the Showtime Podcast Network, a dark reboot of your guiltiest pleasure dating reality show. Meet our 3 hopeful ladies willing to travel across the globe to find true love. Chrissy.
I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to find true love. I love his accent. He's such a classy dresser. He's not afraid to go full formal all the time.
Trista.
He and I will be perfect together. We're both total night owls.
And Brooke.
The castle is really beautiful. This guy's Eastern European aristocratic lifestyle really appeals to me.
From the producers who brought you The Bachelor, and The Bachelor in Paradise, The Bachelor in the Sewers, and The Bachelor Driver's Ed, it's The Bat-chiller.
When I look into his eyes, I just can't look away.
Another thing we have in common, we both love to sleep in. In fact, we never see him at all during the day.
He must be working hard to keep his income streams adapting to current markets.
Or it's just an excuse to keep the cameras on us, hanging out all day.
We know there's nothing you love more than watching women fight over an emotionally unavailable douchebag.
He's so dark and mysterious.
Have you noticed? There are a hell of a lot of bats around this place.
Hey, if you can't handle his favorite pet, get out of the menagerie.
He loves me, Brooke.
You think so? Because last night he had his personal driver bring me to the finest restaurant in Romania and everything was perfect. When the waiter offered him the wine list, he said,
I never drink wine.
Most guys I meet would just want to get wasted. It's so refreshing to meet someone who knows their limits. Plus, more margaritas for me.
Witness the heartbreak of the Rose Elimination Ceremonies.
Chrissy, you make me feel so alive.
Ever since I met you, I felt so lightheaded and dizzy.
Perhaps it is the altitude of the mountains.
Do you mean like you feel drained?
No, it's because I love him.
I'm sorry, Chrissy. Trista and Brooke, will you accept these roses?
Yes!
Thanks?
What? Vlad, why?
You order too much garlic in the restaurant. I'm sorry, it's not you, it's me.
Should the remaining contestants trust one another as frenemies? Or just out and out kill each other?
Hey, I don't like you, but there is no need to be sharpening stabbing sticks.
They're not for you, Brooke. I'm going to slay the beast, and then we are getting out of here.
What? If you want out, just leave. I'm staying.
Brooke, you are a massive idiot, but I'm not leaving you here to die.
Just get out and leave me with my man.
How can you be so clueless? He's a vampire.
I know.
What?
If he picks me, I get to be a countess. People wait on me hand and foot, I get a whole castle, and I live forever?
Okay, now maybe I will kill you.
All leading up to a final rose ceremony.
You are all very special to me, but only one of you can be my eternal bride.
This fall, watch The Bat-chiller, Mondays on...
Eat steak, vampire scum!
Wait, check out Trista, Monster Hunter! Mondays on the Showtime Podcast Network. Followed by a very special Ghost Bros.
Thank you, Chicago, and good night! Woo! Woo! What's that? Encore? Encore? Well, it wouldn't be a rock show without an encore, now would it? And it's suddenly a rock show because we're doing an encore. Ha 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 ha! Psych! There's one more. That's right. All the value you can eat. I'm gonna set that guitar over there and pretend it never happened, because we've got one more piece for you before we say goodnight, and I hope you love it. This one is especially special for a lot of different reasons, one of them being that it is a follow-up to one of our favorites from a little bit ago, and the other one being that it's one of my personal favorites, because some of these references are things that I remember, and you're welcome. You're welcome for all of it, because this is Board 2!
Imagine a winter's night. A group of friends have gathered together to while away the long evenings in each other's company. It's far from the first time these people have spent an evening together, and there's only so much singing and card playing a person can do before they look for other ways to amuse themselves. Someone asks if anyone wants to play a parlor game, and the hostess whispers to a servant. The next thing anyone knows, the servant is wheeling in a tea cart, holding a platter, piled high with flour. The scene I'm describing is set in Regency England, a time we associate with elegant balls and politely restrained society. This was the time during which Jane Austen wrote her masterpieces. Art and literature from this era paints a picture of gilded parlors, fine ladies swathed in gauzy fabrics, and gentlemen in immaculately tailored jackets. But the years between 1811 and 1820 also hid a darker side. That's right. Amid all the dinner parties and assemblies, there was an undercurrent of boredom. A boredom that you and I might alleviate with video games or a good movie. But the tragic fact is, it took us a long time to invent television. I'm Karen Mangle, and this is Bored. Well-to-do people in the Regency era had spent generations outsourcing every possible useful activity in their lives so that they could live a life of leisure. Other, poorer people worked to create and maintain the British aristocracy's wealth. But what had seemed like a desirable life took a sharp left turn when they were forced to confront, day after day and night after night, of having to think of things to do. So let's return to that evening party. These guests have grown so bored with the relentless march of time that they have decided to play bullet pudding. A single bullet is placed at the peak of the mound of flour, and players take turns disturbing the flour, sometimes scooping it away with small cups, sometimes cutting into it with a butter knife, sometimes just poking it with their fingers. Eventually, the flour supporting the bullet is disturbed enough to cause the bullet to drop from its position. It could even drop inside the remaining heap. The player who made it fall then has to fish it out with their teeth. The fun, if it could be called that, comes from seeing your friend with flour all over their face and clothes, and from watching them try not to laugh so they don't inhale the fine powder and choke. By any modern standard, bullet pudding could only be marginally more entertaining than sitting motionless in a silent room. It is truly chilling to imagine a life so devoid of meaningful mental engagement that this was considered a delightful diversion. Another game popular with the same crowd was Snapdragon. To play this game, you need a good supply of raisins or other dried fruits, such as dates, dried plums, or candied apples. because in those days raisins were a fun finger food instead of a disappointing thing to find in what you thought was a chocolate chip cookie. You'll also need a good amount of brandy, a match, and a complete disregard for fire safety. Pour the brandy into a shallow, fireproof dish, scatter the dried fruits into it, and light the brandy on fire. If you really want to get into the spirit of it, scatter some salt on the flames so they turn blue, and blow out all the candles in the room, so that the players' faces are lit with a ghostly pallor. Then everyone takes turns reaching into the fire, grabbing a flaming raisin, and popping it directly into their mouth. Whoever eats the most is the winner. Being given the choice between watching a pile of flour crumble and plunging your hand into a live flame sounds like a nightmare come true. Yet there is an extant letter from a young woman called Fanny, describing both of these pastimes as a delightful way to celebrate the Christmas holidays. That young woman was Fanny Austin Knight, the niece of Jane Austen. There is a danger in eliminating any possibility that we might accidentally do something useful during our day, and that danger goes hand in hand with surrounding ourselves exclusively with people who have everything in common with us. As we see from Regency Britain, it created a world in which both an exercise in tedium and a ridiculous risk of the loss of fingers were described by the word fun. So look around your circle of trusted friends and loved ones and ask yourself, would one of these folks tell me if I was inventing bullet pudding or Snapdragon? If the answer is no, then get new friends. The failure to ask that question is very probably the reason why it took us such a long time to invent television.
Thank you all so much for joining us this evening. We hope you had a wonderful time. I know I did. Those were some incredible experiences to share with you. It was absolutely lovely to see all of you on the chat once again, and we will be back next month with even more material. We've got some incredible new pieces coming your way, and we think that the thing you're going to be most excited about, and I say this with great care, knowing that some of you may hyperventilate for the entire month leading up, the return of Olympic Shore. So, friends, thank you for your time this evening. Thank you for your patronage. Thank you for backing us. Thank you in advance for telling all of your friends about this and encouraging them to also become Patreon backers so you'll have one more thing to talk about together over your Skype calls. Now, go out there and enjoy yourselves. Keep laughing and keep dreaming. Thank you, everyone. This has been Starlight Radio Dreams, featuring Ansel Burch as Burlington Showtime, with Michael Jachowicz, Kat Evans, Ellen DeSitter, Karolyn Blake, Ben McCauley, and Rachel Granda-Gluski. Tonight's show was written and directed by Jared McDaris, Kat Evans, Ben McCauley, Ansel Burch, Jared, Michael Jachowicz, and Karolyn Blake. A huge thank you to Shore Incorporated for their generous support, and to Mrs. Murphy & Sons Irish Bistro for always being there for us, even if it's just for delivery. We'll be back next month with even more serials, new shorts, and even more improvements across the board. If you like what you've heard, you can download more on our website, starlightradiodreams.com, or listen to us on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, and Spotify. So until next time, folks, keep laughing and keep dreaming.